everyone. I am Vaishnavi Shringi of Class 7D of Delhi Public School, Jaipur. I am here to share a brief introduction on the chapter Integers, which I have learned in my maths online classes. Let's begin. So what are integers? Integers form a bigger collection of numbers that contains whole numbers and negative numbers. There are positive integers like 1, 2, 3 and so on. There are negative integers like -1, -2, -3 and more. And most importantly, 0 is neither a positive integer nor a negative integer. So now, let's understand the rules of addition of integers. When adding integers having the same sign, keep the same sign and add the absolute value of both the numbers. For example, +5 and +8. Keep the same sign and add the absolute value of both the numbers. And now the answer will be +13. For the second example, keep the same sign and add the absolute value of both the numbers. So the answer will be -12. So now let's go on to example 3. When adding integers with different signs, subtract the smaller absolute value from the bigger absolute value and then keep the sign of the bigger absolute value. For example, 10 plus -15. First we have to subtract the smaller absolute value from the bigger absolute value and the answer would be 5. Then we will be putting the sign of the bigger absolute value, which means -5. Now let's go on to example 4. -10 plus 15. We will be doing the same. First subtracting the small absolute value from the bigger absolute value, then keeping the sign of the bigger absolute value. The answer would be +5 or 5. Not putting a sign means this number is in positive. So now let's revise this concept of additive inverse. Additive inverse means the opposite of a number. For example, +8 would be, its additive inverse would be -8. The additive inverse of -19 would be +19. Now let's go on to subtraction of integers. Here we've got an example. Here we have to subtract 7 from -5. So the first step is we'll be leaving this number, we'll be doing nothing to it and we'll straight copy it. The second step is we'll be changing the minus sign to the plus sign. And the third step is we'll be writing the additive inverse of the second number. The additive inverse of 7 would be -7. Then we'll be following the rules of addition. Here we have to add the absolute value of both the numbers and then write the same sign. Thank you. That's it. That's all for today.